The government has assured a section of artists from the Mount Kenya region of its support amid push by the DCP party leader Gachagua to have their songs and performances boycotted. Responding to Gachagua, who castigated a meeting of the artists in Karen last week, Kindiki said the government will continue engaging with them to address pressing issues in the industry. According to the DP, Professor Kindiki, the state is planning to hold a meeting with over 500 artists in the next coming days.
Tuheshimiane. Nao wanamuziki walikuja 50, mimi naita wanamuziki 500 wakuje pale Karen. Tujua utafanya nini. Mimi niendelee kutetea hao wanamuziki. Niwatetee wapate haki yao. Tuwaachilie wadhulumiwe. Na watu wasikiza tune. Na wale wanaitwa CMOs. Na mabrokas hapa katikati. Na wanasiasa waendelee kudhulumiwa hao watu. Si wanatutumbuiza vizuri.
Kindiki's remarks came after the former DP alluded of a plan by the artists to drum support of the government agenda after receiving handouts. Gachagua has now given the artists an ultimatum to apologize to or enforce boycotts.
So you unfollow those artists, those who don't apologize to the community, and entertainment joint owners, you stop inviting them, and where you invite them, people should move from and go elsewhere. Wasipoomba msamaha, tuwache kusikiza nyimbo zao. Akili imechemuka kwa sababu ile Kasongo ametusumbua. Wanaenda kuwatubuiza ndio akili zitulie. Hao wameenda kukaa na wale watu ambaye wametuumiza, wametuletea hizo shida.
At the same time, the former DP accused President William Ruto of the disruption of his Democracy for the Citizens Party political event held in Kakamega. The second deputy president claimed the move was intended to portray the DCP as a trouble party, a label he strongly rejects.
Alianzia na mimi Rigathi Gachagua akanipiga. Akaenda Meru akapiga Medeka Linturi. Akaenda Embu akapiga Justin Muturi. Amekuja hapa Murang'a amepiga kijana yetu Ndende Nyoro. Ametupangia mambo si mzuri. Na tukifanya makosa tumrudishe, kwa sababu kama anatufanyia namna hii na Hagaji anataka kura zetu na akipata ametupangia mambo si mzuri.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Up to 500 million Kenya shillings from the 2025-2026 budget will be set aside to address illegal power connections in informal settlements which have been identified as a major cause of fires in these areas. President William Ruto announced the development in Kibera when he visited the area to make donations to victims of an early Saturday morning fire that led to the death of 8 individuals, the hospitalization of at least 7 others, and the destruction of 71 iron sheet houses. Ruto similarly pledged government support for victims of the inferno, including compensation, adding that affected individuals will be assisted to rebuild their lives.
Sehemu zote mahali kuna illegal connection tutumie pesa ya serikali kuirekebisha. So tumeweka milioni 500 kuhakikisha kwamba we correct where we have illegal connections. The ministry is going to work with all the stakeholders to make sure that we avoid illegal connections that occasionally result in these fires that affect the citizens of this city.
Police have since launched investigations into the cause of the inferno, with the Nairobi Regional Police Commander George Seda suggesting that it may have stemmed from faulty power connections.
Pearl Newsbeat.
The whereabouts of Juja Member of Parliament George Koimburi remains unknown after he was reportedly taken by unidentified men shortly after attending a church service. Koimburi's wife, Anne Koimburi, says the Member of Parliament was accosted by 2 men disguised as worshippers who roughed the MP up, overpowering him and forcing him into a waiting Subaru Forester with an altered number plate. The DCI has denied any involvement in the abduction, although it confirmed that Koimburi has been sought since Friday in connection with alleged land fraud and misuse of the CDF funds. Mrs. Koimburi has expressed frustration over the situation, noting previous occasions when authorities took her husband's phone and vehicle during investigations but failed to provide clarity on his whereabouts.
Nao wenye walikuwa nje wakaanza kunigonga. Nikaweza kusikia ni kama nimeganda mkono na nikamwachilia mume wangu mguu, ndio nilikuwa nimemshika mguu, so nikaondokea ama wakanirusha nje, wakanisukuma nje, na hapo wakafunga mlango na wakaweza kuproceed. Nyinyi ndio tunafaa tuwalilie mtupe ulinzi, nyinyi ndio tunafaa kumlilia mtupe mtufiche, lakini nyinyi wenyewe ndio mnaweza kutuangamiza, ndio mnatuangamiza, ndio mnatuharibia maisha, na ili hali tuliwachagua ili muweze kutuongoza na tuweze kuwa na maendeleo mazuri.
Pearl Newsbeat.
The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers KUPPET has issued a 7-day ultimatum to the Teacher Service Commission to initiate talks on a new collective bargaining agreement (CBA) that prioritizes a salary review in the upcoming budget. KUPPET warned that failure by the Commission to convene negotiations will trigger nationwide mobilization of teachers to demand action. The Deputy Secretary General Moses Ntherima accused the TSC of reneging on its earlier promise to meet union officials and discuss the 2025 to 2029 agreements on since the current one ends this June.
The Teachers Service Commission is dragging because this was the month when they were supposed to call us. The month is going to end, and we are saying that we are demanding that because we submitted memorandum of demands way back last year, we want the Commission now to call teachers to start on negotiations. They had promised also to give a job evaluation. We gave them our committee members who are going to work on that one. It has also not started.
KUPPET's proposal focused on salary increases to cushion teachers from the effects of inflation and the rising cost of living. The union wants teachers across all job groups to benefit from substantial increments.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And father-filled Americans across the country remembered George Floyd 5 years after he was killed by police, with the special gatherings in the city where he grew up and the one where he died. The murder of Floyd, a black man in Minneapolis, by police officer Derek Chauvin, led to nationwide protests against racism and police brutality. Yesterday, Floyd's family gathered in their hometown of Houston near Floyd's gravesite for a service led by Reverend Al Sharpton, while Minneapolis held several commemorations. What many held as a national reckoning with racism after Floyd's death, though, seems to be fading as President Donald Trump starts to roll back police reforms in Minneapolis and other cities.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.